While we have seen a multitude of different tools that have arisen over recent years, and more predominantly with the likes of tools such as ChatGPT, which primarily most people use now today, there are a handful of other tools that did appear beforehand that were popular to many and that helped to influence their workflows and to speed up various content creation processes. But due to the competitive nature of all of these tools, it would only be a matter of time before some of them would fall behind to a point that some of them would have to close entirely. And unfortunately, Bramework, which I have covered in a previous video on the channel, is one of those tools that is being discontinued very shortly. If we look back at a previous email that I currently got on my email account, and it states the fact of all of the issues surrounding the upkeep of the platform, that it would only be a matter of time before things would change. So as of December 2023, you will no longer be able to use the Bramework platform, which is a pity because it is a reliant tool for many that have been using it for their content creation and written processes, primarily for writing scripts for videos, blog posts and anything online or social media related. And while it will be an inconvenience for some, just know that there are a multitude of other tools out there that you can use. It isn't the end of the world with regards to your processes. You're just going to have to learn to adapt. And you see, that's the one thing with the ever-changing landscape of all of these tools and the internet in general. Even just with life, you cannot just rely on one particular thing because you don't know exactly how and when or where these processes or platforms are going to shut down, and inevitably the majority of them will. They may come out of nowhere very quickly, but they'll be gone as quick as they show up, and that's what's happening in many cases because a lot of companies and a lot of people are trying to jump on the bandwagon to try and capitalize on these unique trends with the likes of all of these intricate tools, but they quickly fall behind. So for those of you that have been paying to use Bramework either through the website itself or if you bought a lifetime deal on the likes of AppSumo, you will have to begin the transition process of being able to convert your work or transfer it over to another platform or export all of your work from it so that you can start using it and integrate it into another platform. And in most cases, probably the best platform that you can use at the minute would be ChatGPT. If anything, everybody's using it in some shape or form because the initial entry point with ChatGPT 3.5, while it's not the updated element, it is free to use and it gives you the basic aspects to generate content quickly and to give you ideas, but it does give you access to update to ChatGPT 4, which will have all of the updated features. But this is a tool that more predominantly will be around for a long time compared to all of these other platforms. So it's just something to note and bear in mind moving forward. But just because one door closes doesn't necessarily mean that another door won't open. Like I said, there are a multitude of other tools out there. If you are consistent and you're willing to keep moving forward with your content creation processes to build your business, you will eventually learn to adapt and you will be able to integrate new tools like this. Like I use ChatGPT pretty much all the time for all of my ideas and content generation processes. I literally take what it gives me and then I use it to create documents so that I can reword everything that's there, because it allows me to think of ideas that I wouldn't be able to think of normally, in many cases depending on the topics. But it's still a very, very good tool, and like I said, pretty much everybody uses it. So it's not the end of the world when you see tools like this closing down. But if I were you right now, if you are using tools such as Bramework or any other type of AI tool that you know that could potentially be turned off or shut down in the near future, start the process of being able to integrate and export and even move all of your content and processes over to another platform that you intend to use, so that way you can run your processes more smoothly. So it's just something to note. Yes, it is a shame to see the platform going because it was a helpful and useful tool, even though it wasn't around very long, and it did help a lot of people with their ideas and to create content faster. But like I said, there are other platforms that can do similar things and that will work just as well in many cases. It really just depends on your own preferences and your own work ethic and logic. So best to start the process and change the integrations now rather than leaving it till the last minute. So that way then you can keep up with the consistency of the work that you intend to produce and the content you want to create for the future. Better to be safe than sorry. Better to implement these processes now instead of doing it later, because it will set you up for future success. So if you have found this video to be useful and you'd like to see other content around other type of potential elements like this here, or even other ideas that you might want to learn or implement, you can check out some of the other videos on the channel to learn more of those features. And as always, I will see you in the next one.